You've already got to decide what shirt to wear, which food to eat, and what bills to pay. So by the time it comes down to what type of laser business you should start, your head is already spinning, not to mention all of the possibilities. So where do you even start? Well, you're in luck because I have 15 unique business ideas you can start with your laser, ranging from simple to advanced. Stick around till the end also because I have an exclusive interview with a thriving laser business that just might be the inspiration you're looking for. So let's dive in. Laser cut jewelry. Now, a lot of you know this is my bread and butter. I started my laser business back in 2014 and jewelry quickly became what I focused on. I was making all sorts of things at first, coasters, decorations, magnets, but the one thing that was selling the most was my jewelry, which of course led me to make more and then more, and before you knew it, I had myself a laser cut jewelry brand. Jewelry can be a fantastic entry point. It can be a high volume to low material cost product, which is beneficial to profits. You can create intricate designs from wood, acrylic, or leather and sell directly to your customers, or you can wholesale things. If you have a lot of scrap pieces hanging around from other projects, I suggest you try out some jewelry pieces. It could just be your next best seller. Engraved drinkware business. With a rotary attachment, you can engrave mugs, tumblers, and all sorts of glassware for individual buyers or even bulk orders for events and other companies. This is a high demand, high profit niche, which is why a lot of people give it a try. One of the biggest benefits of trying on this laser business or size is that you can do mock-ups of designs before you even make a product, thus saving you on material costs. You can then show these designs to your following and they can help pick out which designs you produce. Alternatively, you can get yourself a portable laser with a rotary like this We Create Lumos and engrave a cup or tumbler at events, thus saving even more on cost because you're not even making anything until somebody orders. So give it a try. Custom business-to-business signs. You can focus on creating customized business signs, plaques, even directional markers, you name it, for local offices, stores, and even restaurants. This business model allows for higher ticket, repeatable projects, which makes it easier on you in the long run. You can make a catalog of past customer requests or even create new templates for people to easily choose from. People really appreciate the inspiration. Some don't even know what they want until they see it. Word of mouth to other businesses will easily spread once you establish yourself in, say, an office park or even a strip mall. Personalized pet products. People love their pets. Start by creating engraved pet ID tags, maybe some custom food bowl stands or memorial plaques. This is a high demand market with very emotional buying power. You can hone in on certain dog breeds or start broad with general pet items. It's easy to start making all sorts of things and then see what people respond to the most. You might start with collars and end up as the personalized food bowl guy. Who knows? Wedding and event decor. People are always looking to make the most special day of their life one to remember. Cater to this high value niche by creating custom cake toppers, which I have a tutorial for, centerpieces, seating arrangements, engraved guest books, and so much more. Create large sets with the nearly newlyweds, fonts, and color combos. Depending on the size of the wedding, you could literally be making hundreds or even thousands of dollars per wedding. Weddings are a $414 billion industry. If you could tap into that by even 0.0000001%, you're gonna be making a living. Engraved photo gifts. Offer a unique service by taking customers' favorite photos and engraving them onto wood or slate or even acrylic. This taps into the sentimental market and creates a deeply personalized product. There are so many different ways you could approach this business too. You could have a selection of materials to engrave the photo onto and add on some upgrades. Like you could engrave the picture onto acrylic and as an upgrade offer a wood frame and maybe vice versa. These are especially huge for seasonal items like ornaments, and also celebrations like birthdays and anniversaries. So there's a lot of room to grow here. Custom stencils. This is a great low cost but high utility business that taps into that DIY niche. You can custom cut stencils from Mylar, MDF, or acrylic for crafters, painters, and even other businesses that want to put their branding on their products or even literal walls. If you were to get in cahoots with, say, an interior decorator, you could land regular order requests. And you could inspire potential customers by showing how to use them with your social media videos and pictures, and then watch the orders roll in. Educational tools and toys. If you thought weddings were an expensive industry, well, kids has it beat by literally hundreds of billions. One of the top growing niches within the younger educational space is tactile and Montessori toys. Plus, a lot of people are trying to stay away from plastics, especially when it comes to their kids. That's where being able to laser cut wood really comes in handy. You can create puzzles, flashcards, geometric shapes, or even educational kits for children and teachers alike. This appeals to a market focused on learning and development, which is giant. No matter which niche you choose within the space, these can easily be marketed toward the parents of young kids. And like I said, maybe even teachers. Business to business, corporate gifts, and awards. If you know anyone in a business park, target those companies that need awards, branded items, or even employee gifts. You can engrave plaques, trophies, or even branded promotional items like keychains and tumblers. Not only can you land large order requests, but after establishing yourself within this business, they are likely to come again and again throughout the years. And the best part is these businesses are going to need a large quantity for their employees and their customers. And personally, I find it a lot easier to make things in big batches. Custom stamps and tools. This is a perfect service for other small businesses that don't have a laser. Use yours to create custom stamps for packaging or even wax melt stamps. Those are getting pretty popular. I can tell you I've made myself a bunch of stamps that I literally use every day for my business, and I know other people would love a chance to make their business life a little easier, perhaps with a reusable stamp. Think beyond a return address stamp with like a custom business logos, thank you for your order stamps, or even a handmade by insert name here stamp. You can sell them as a bundle to really set yourself apart. Wood and acrylic blanks. If the idea of coming up with your own products is a bit too much, then first try selling pre-cut blanks or design kits to other crafters and creators. This is like a business-to-business sort of model that does provide pretty consistent sales. You can make them to order or stock up on your most popular shapes and sets to make shipping them all out a breeze. You'd actually be surprised how many people just want a large, blank, clear circle and square. Make fun shapes to spark your customer's imagination too. This niche is easy to market when you show the possibilities your customers can make. You can become a craft influencer as an added bonus. Custom coasters and trivets. I know coasters are just a simple product to make, but they really are a good entry point. They can be sold as personalized gifts, or what I suggest is selling them in bulk to like coffee shops, breweries, and even hotels. Bulk is the way to go. This is a great idea for a part-time side hustle thing just to get your bearings a little bit. If you find one design is selling more than most, then take that design and branch out with keychains and maybe even magnets. Once you get established, your customers will actually start making requests and help you advance in your laser business journey. Leather products and engraving. Offer personalized leather patches for hats, engraved wallet designs, or even custom luggage tags. Really, sky's the limit. Working with leather opens up a whole new set of product possibilities. If leather is a material you enjoy, think of what kind of niches you could pair with that. When I was working with leather, my #1 request was engravings on wallets, and I just engraved on prefabricated ones. But the best thing is, you could potentially even be making your own wallets and badge holders and so much more. Browse what other laser leather people have to offer. Laser leather, say that 5 times fast. Browse what other laser leather people have to offer and see how you can differentiate. Perhaps you can offer specialty leathers or more rare colors. Here's a tip. Last Christmas, my dad wanted a tri-fold wallet and I could not find him a handmade one anywhere. Sure, there were plenty of bifolds, but you always got to see what other people are doing, find out what's missing, and fill that void. Miniatures. Target the DIY hobbyist and model makers market with custom miniatures. This idea is a great way to combine niches, such as dollhouse furniture with a Gothic castle appeal, or specialize in 50s postmodern futuristic fantasy, or wherever your imagination takes you. You can recreate everything that's out there in real life with the cutting and engraving power of your laser. Cut tiny, intricate parts, not only for dollhouses, but maybe for architectural models, or even board game accessories with materials like wood, acrylic, heck, or even cardboard. Book nooks have been gaining a lot of popularity and can sell for a pretty penny. This is a great way to sell specialized, high-value components with very low material costs. I mean, they're tiny. Differentiate yourself with raw sets customers have to glue together and paint, or you can offer fully completed sets, which you can charge more for, by the way. Laser cut signs. As promised, it's time for some real-world inspiration. Come with me to Colorado Springs Comic-Con to interview a laser crafter who just recently went full-time with her amazing laser cut layered signs. I'm with Heather with One Crafty Giraffe, and before we get into her wild ways of how she makes her designs, please tell me what inspired you to even get started with laser stuff?
Yeah, it was sort of accidental.
Nice.
In general, so I, in college, worked at Michael's and learned how to do crafty things.
Very cool.
And then we went to this like art class, and I really loved it. So my husband convinced me about 6 months before COVID to open a DIY craft studio.
Oh, very cool.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun for about 6 months until we couldn't gather, and so it went belly up, sadly.
Yep.
So we pivoted and started making crafts and going to shows, and we sort of fell into laser work. I was doing other things because I can make and do all sorts of crafty things.
Nice.
But we found out that people really love laser cut things.
Absolutely.
And if you can really differentiate yourself and find your niche and stand out amongst the crowd, that's really the key.
So was this what you started making with your laser, or did you start making other things?
Yeah, we were mostly doing the laser or the layered things, and
very cool.
we were doing a few other things, but again, you have to kind of hone in on it.
Yeah, did it whittle down naturally just by testing with customers and stuff?
Yep, yeah, absolutely. Cool. And we were told actually there was somebody that wanted us out of market that really liked this, and they saw all the other things that didn't really go together. And it was sort of a hard truth. They were like, you know what, when you figure out where your niche is, call us.
Absolutely.
And it was hard to hear at the time, but it was so true. So, and I still make those things and they're available, but I think it's overwhelming to have too much stuff and too many different things. Absolutely. And so really honing in helps your customers and helps you too, because when you do a bunch of things, you're not very good at any of them.
Yep.
Like you have to, I can do these on my sleep, but the other things, it takes more time and it's a little bit harder.
Right.
So, yeah.
And what kind of lasers do you have?
So we have 3 lasers, a CO2 and 2 diodes. The CO2 is an OM Tech, and the 2 diodes are Sculpt Fun.
Very cool. And like I teased before, please tell us how you make your awesome files.
Yeah, so I used to do vinyl cutting, and so I use the Silhouette Studio software, and I'm able to, I knew how to use it before, so it was very easy to manipulate.
I love that.
And to put things together. The business suite, the one that you have to pay for, it's not free, but it's a one-time purchase, which is great, because a lot of the software is subscription based, and it's expensive. So this, you buy it once, and then you can make the SVG files or the DXF or whatever you need to put it in to put it on whatever laser you're doing. And so I will sometimes, look at pictures from real life, or look at silhouettes of things and manipulate those, or sometimes freehand it too.
Heck yeah.
And I will often just get the outside silhouette and put things on top, layer it, and it's trial and error. You have to make your first one and see
100%.
if it works, and move some things things around or like, oh, that's too tiny. His leg fell off or whatever.
There's always the prototyping phase.
Yep, exactly.
The whole thing.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And do you sell a lot online, or do you make most of your money at shows like this?
Yep, most of our money is at shows.
Cool.
This is about half of what we do. I say that our aesthetic is nature and nerd. So we do a lot of Colorado-based, lots of animals, like landscape scenes, and then this as well. So we do a bunch of festivals, about 30 a year.
Dang.
Yeah. And we also have an online presence. We have an Etsy shop and we have a website. But honestly, face-to-face, I think a lot of this stuff is really hard to see online and really know and touch. So we really, it's like word of mouth and repeat customers too. Like people will follow us and find us.
That's awesome.
And so they look forward to going to the festivals too. Like this con, it's so fun. I mean, it's an experience, right?
It is, yeah.
You know, there's lots of, you come to buy, but you also come to do all the things.
Yeah,
and so we do quite a few shows like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so cool. Any advice you'd have to people still trying to figure out what they're trying to do with their laser?
Keep at it and don't be discouraged. Everybody has an opinion and some are right and some are wrong, but I think you have to build up a tough skin. Most of the time people are very kind and very complimentary, but there's always going to be the naysayer or the, you know, the person that's like, that's too expensive. But for every person that says that, there's 12 that say, oh my gosh, this is so cheap.
Exactly.
You should raise your prices. So, you know, take it all in stride and just be confident in what you do and how you do it and do what you love.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for interviewing with me, and I'm sure everyone is really excited to see you out in the wild and doing the things that you're hoping to do. So thanks so much.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Now, each of these business ideas can change drastically depending on the niche you decide to pair with it. If you are still thinking about which niche to pursue, then check out this video next. It could just be the thing you need to get your laser business a-boomin'. Happy crafting!